Yeah, okay. I'm Sayeed Ahmed. I'm born and brought up in Bangalore. So basically, my parents come from a father comes from a defense background. Most members of the family, so that was from early stage. We a little bit on that kind of a discipline of defense. That is there in the family. Then all my studies I did here in Bangalore, starting from schooling in RBNM's college, then moved to St. Joseph's College. I studied there in St. Joseph's and did my engineering in UVC uh, and passed out in 1985 in mechanical engineering. And post that, I did my MBA. I've been most part of my life I've spent in Bangalore. Yeah, as I said, I did my the early from St. Joseph's College. I completed my pre-university, and in the UVC, I did my engineering in mechanical and passed out in 1985. Uh, then I did my MBA. My first job was in BHEL. I joined there as a graduate engineer trainee, and I was posted in Trichy unit of BHEL. That was a good experience because PHL had a very good training plan for the graduate engineer trainees. And then I moved into a large shop floor, very much initial stages of my career. So I was put, you can say baptism through fire, uh, passing through tough times on the shop floor in a place where I was not adept to the culture and the language, and I had to work with new people. Thereafter, I went to joined HMT, uh, machine tool divisions, and I worked there in their test floor and product development, design and development. So the first decade of my career, I was in public sector, and but I moved across various functions, different kind of jobs altogether. Probably I can say it helped me, to be comfortable with uncertainty and ambiguous or new situations. Then the first step I should after that I moved into private sector. Yeah, one significant step, I moved from public sector to private. That was in Shortex, a NRI-based company. Moved into their projects management team as a functional head. So it was quite early in the career that I got a very large responsibility. But again, I moved into an entirely different kind of job and a different business, totally new business. And Shortex was in the healthcare business, and I was in the projects management team. And very quickly, I moved across, there into the engineering team and managing the operations. This company was acquired by Ansel. They are world leaders in the safety gloves, a very highly globalized company. And so in Ansel, after for a short period as operations head, I was made as the head of the Suretex, as it was equivalent as a managing director of the company. Uh, that was in 2003 4. This was quite significant because uh, the product that was we were doing was more healthcare as well as classified as an FMCG, and we were a EOU. And those days there was a lot of prejudice against a made in India product, and but our markets was in the developed countries like USA, Australia, and Europe, people were reluctant to buy, being an FMCG product as well as healthcare, where the quality requirements was very high, and people were reluctant to accept. Our own subsidiaries, our own business divisions were reluctant to accept product made in India, and we also had to stand the scrutiny of auditors, very strict auditors like the US FDA, then WHO, and other things, for the quality audits. I think in these was quite significant, that gave the confidence that you can do and succeed in India, and then you can really export worldwide any kind of a product you can do, whatever could be the technical challenges, and people in India are very competent, and given them the right education, give them the right skill set, train them, show them the way, build a team, and people will excel. So I think I had a lot of learning in Ansel, in taking up the responsibility of the as head of a business unit, and also being on the board of their other sister companies in India. The third is Ansel implemented world-class manufacturing practices, where I got mentoring from good consultants, and I also, it was mandatory for everyone to become a Six Sigma black belt, and this helped to acquire a lot of practices and skills that really helped me later on as I moved. So from Ansel, I was there for first decade I spent in public sector, second decade I spent in Ansel, and then I moved to BSA as CEO of the company in 2008. So I'm still there. See, quite early in my career, I was, I looked into two things. I was taught about to keep the eyes and ears open. That is just to, to learn things that what you see around, and to think big, a step above than what you are there. So always this thinking big. Actually, it meant that then you are working together with a lot of people, work together as a team. Uh, then this kind of attributes it help, and I was very avid reader from beginning. Used to, during holidays I used to complete hundreds of books, that way. And in the early stages of my career, I read a lot of autobiographies of business leaders or successful businesses, that helped me, that stayed in the back of my mind about what the successful CEOs have done, how they be a CEOs build the companies, how they reacted, the way they used to think. It always remained at the back of the mind, even though I was, in middle management or leading a function, that was always there. So thinking like a CEO, thinking like a founder or a owner of a company, I think that got ingrained quite early, and it really helped me, to move up. See, one is in our kind of a in businesses that we are there, the basic technical knowledge is very important. You need to know about the technical knowledge and the changes that's happening. As we grow it as a leader, having a strategic view, a long-term view, and long-term vision is very important. There is a strong base of the technical expertise, the basics for the brass tacks, the fundamentals should be strong. And you look into, what is that the vision that you have. If your technical expertise is good and you are always thinking big, then you start looking into a long term vision. And you if you have a long term vision, it also means, you need to start looking into how do you achieve that. How do you achieve this. We The third important aspect is to build the team from the ground level, from the foundation. Lay a strong foundation of the people who are going to be working at the operational level, at the ground level. And so that effective team building, very competent skill sets for them. As I said, in I got these from Ansel, working in Ansel, that people in India can do anything, any challenging task, if you give them the training, skills, and believe in them. And so operating, definitely, you can build a winning team. If you have a winning team at the operational level, then you as a leader will have a lot of time, a lot of, you get a lot of confidence. And things will be very clear for us to see in the long term and what you have to do. That's how, you need to balance between on the day to day operational things, not to lose that side, but at the same time, always keep your focus on the long term strategies. Most of the people, right from beginning, even when I was with HMD, I should say the superiors, the bosses who were there, and peers around. I was lucky to have people who were very excellent, doing, top-notch technical people in their jobs. And I could acquire a lot of, technical expertise from there. And those days, both BHL and HMT were technology leaders. And India, used to build technology through public sectors, acquire technology through public sectors. So yeah, that was really good, and they became my mentors initially. And then in Ansel, again, my global head of manufacturing, Mr. Reiner, who came from 3M, he had a very good expertise in manufacturing best practices, initiatives like, Six Sigma, world class manufacturing. And Ansel was is a very highly globalized company. So there was a global leadership team of Ansel. So that they really helped me to see, in a global world, and also from more focus on how do you focus on strategies while driving at the base levels, best practices and initiatives. Then coming to BSA was a European company. I spent almost a decade in the American company, and then BSA was a European company, entirely different Italian company, that too, entirely different culture and the way of thinking. And here it was an entrepreneur, innovator driven company. The founder was the innovator himself. And then again, here people were more focused on technology advancement, and doing a European company always look for excellence in the product, quality, highly value driven. So this, I always try to see, that there is asking the advice, even if someone is not giving, they're taking it, whatever I am doing is right, but I always go and try to seek advice from the senior people and others, and give them an open opportunity to differ or criticize. That is a learning opportunity. then when I became the head of the strategic this thing unit in Ansel, I from all our marketing divisions worldwide, we got the white paper saying that they don't need the product from India. This is the kind that will be there. But I think to remain calm and trust that you can do it and keep doing it. Uh, Not to see that big change is going to happen the very next day, but you need to move fast anyway. You have to do it and keep doing it. Don't We should never be afraid of any that kind of uh, issues that may come, the hindrances that are going to come. Even in Biesse also, we started Biesse as a company for selling products in India, but we became a EOU and we started doing the products worldwide. So then there were questions whether such sophisticated products can be made in India. So it was a long journey. Srinath. Always this is like a marathon. It is not a hundred. Sometimes it happens. You need a 100-meter dash. Also, you need the energy of a 100-meter dash, and also you have to have a resilience of going for a marathon. In business, I think in life both are important. You cannot say that you will be always a marathon runner, but sometimes you need to quickly move and sort out things. Even in the BSA, we had the challenges of making worldwide to accept the products made in India. We sell products to 70 countries. Even within BSA, we are a benchmark company. For both for quality, for competitiveness, and the kind of product that what we are doing it. We are self-reliant in developing very advanced products, and we continuously learn. And thanks to BSA, they are passing on the technology. And as I said earlier, given the know-how, people in India can do a lot. I think that belief should be there. Investment in people, and considering every person is important in your team. The person maybe who is tending your garden, or the person who is leading a large product development team. Everyone is doing their role. That is how we consider. In BSA, we had a one big this thing during COVID times. During COVID time, and we had all sorts of issues with shutdown, and also health issue of employee and family members. We worked in 2021. If you see, we worked for 11 months, but we grew by 70% in 11 months. So, and that too with all the challenges around in the supply chain. I think this basically it gives a lot of confidence. At this point of time, you feel that yes, the team can do it. Is always a team that will do it. And I think we have to believe the people. Continuous learning is important. uh, what we have done in the past, okay, you can really for some time you can really enjoy, you can celebrate, but then you cannot always be basking under the reflected glory of the past. You cannot be there. You need to come out of that. You need to come out of that and say yes, it's there, you have enjoyed, and the next movement is to seek new learning, new challenges, and see what is that you can do differently. I would say, to presently today, to anyone, whether you are there in the technical or non-technical, whether you are a lawyer, doctor, a teacher, or a engineer, things are changing in all the professions. Even for the way you teach is going to change, or the person who is a journalist, the way they are going to report, things are going to change. So learning today is very important. The pace at which the changes are happening is very fast. Experience is good, Experience will give you confidence and wisdom, but don't bank upon the experience. The CV is not valid. After 2 years, after a year, the CV will change. So don't rely on the CV, having a big CV, and you see what is that you can do in future. I think the confidence. I think everyone should have confidence that they can do, they can do big things. But I will say that yes, when as you aspire for big, there is you need to plan hard work, have a vision, do move ahead, for your larger vision. Some element of luck is also is there. If things fall in place, and the God has to be grateful, have to bless you with those things, and for you to succeed. And even if we are not moving ahead and becoming a CEO, but really celebrate the success of whatever you have achieved. um, I, coming to what is that I could have done differently. It's a improvement. Always, what today we have learned a lot, and we can say that we could have done that differently. But I think we should not brood over what has gone. What has gone is a learning, and we cannot change the past. Take the learning from the past, and see what is that you can do better in the future. I really, would be very happy if my team forgets me after I leave the company. There is better people will take into place, come into the place, and they will do things differently. Yes, one thing I always say is believe that, particularly if you look for India for youngsters, there is always uh, a brilliant future ahead, whatever profession you are there. So for my team, I will say that we have to think big in the future, much more than what we did, because those kind of promises are there in the country. We are on a very rapid growth trajectory, and technology is moving ahead. We have competent people. I think the next 40, 50 years, India's growth story is going to be there. And if people are doing well, definitely people will succeed. I will say to my team to think big, stay together as a team, keep learning, don't rely on the way we did in the past. We have to change. So just forget Saeed, and do something differently now. See, today, one thing is definitely see the acquisition of knowledge is very fast. People, the flow of knowledge is there, and then you have a lot of resources through digital technology, which on your desk you will get everything. But what is really missing is too much of digitization, or too much of online, and is really people are losing on social, personal, networking. If you talk about emotional resilience of the people, that's very important, for the future leaders. uh, you cannot discount on that. We must know how to stay connected, how to build the team, evaluate people as they are, and the differences are going to be there, and how we are able to overcome differences of opinion, conflict resolution that is there, both at professional and at the social level. I think this will become very important. Learning is there. I say keep learning it, keep learning. And I think you should have a build your profession on strong value system. Strong ethics and value system is extremely important as you grow up as a leader. Don't lose on the moral ethics and values. uh, Deep learning is important. Learn and write well. I think you will bring richness to your life. Stay healthy.